Insta360 just released the newly redesigned venture case for the Insta360 One X. In this video, we'll be talking about 5 points that I like and don't like about it, so let's check it out. I'll put links to everything that we talk about in the description below, and I want to let you know what you get whenever you unbox this. First, you'll notice this really nice pouch that you can put it in, store it in to keep it from getting scratched, as well as to lay it on top of, and you'll also get a set of anti-fog stickers that we'll talk about in a little bit. Point number one that I like is how secure the Insta360 One X is when it's in the case. I do not have to fear that it's going to fall out of there. The thing I don't like about it is if I want to access the port or the SD card, I have to take the thing apart. And let me talk about the case. There's a two-part case here. The inner part is this clear piece with gaskets around where the lenses will be to keep those sealed a little bit even better, maybe keep fog out. There's also these soft buttons on the front of it to help push through. What we do is we put the Insta360 in there, and it fits in very nicely. We close it, we use this latch on the side, and snap it shut. The latch gets released through this little arrow that you push down and then pull out on it if you need to do that. The next step is the outer part, which you push on top of it, which goes around the outside to really hold it shut. And then there is a GoPro style mount on the bottom, which is used to hold it all together. Once you put it together, it is extremely secure. The buttons work just fine to operate the unit. One little note is that top line of text will get a little bit obscured with the plastic right there, but you can see and understand what it says. Point number two, even though it's in a case, it's still a 360 camera, and if you lay it down on its side, it's gonna scratch these lenses. I like that it comes with this nice case that you can lay it on and keep it from getting scratched, or you can just put it in the case with the selfie stick on it and you'll be fine. The other thing that I like is if you use this GoPro mount, what you can do is just kind of turn it a little bit, and even if you don't have this with you because you don't want it to get wet, you can actually just lay it on its side like that. And this works just fine if you come out of the pool or out of a lake or something to save it from getting scratched or smudged. The thing that I don't like about this, which you'll see here potentially, is I cannot seem to get this GoPro mount tight enough to keep it whenever I'm jumping around and stuff from bending around. So I keep getting it bent around, and it seems to cause me some issues. I wish I could tighten this up a little bit more. Perhaps it should have some grooves or some rubber pieces in here that keeps it from moving whenever you tighten it down. Point number three, can this baby still give you a 360 view with this case around it? Well, when you first import the video, you'll notice when you look around this black ring all around it, which is this case that you'll be able to see. What's nice is in the app, it is super simple to fix this. You just go to the settings, select the venture case, and voila, it's gone. It actually does a pretty good job of that. The selfie stick works as well. You just have to make sure that this joint is straight up and down and it's not bent to the side like I talked about earlier, or it's gonna cause some issues with that being invisible. One note, you cannot use the optimized stitching whenever you do this. The thing I don't like, which is really my own issue and not the cases, is if you have water spots on there or anything like that, it really distracts from that magical view whenever you move this around and use the footage afterwards, because you can track those spots and you can tell where this is moving around. Point number four, this thing is waterproof down to 5 meters, and I like that a lot because that covers pretty much everything that I'd ever want to do with it. Keep in mind, if you want to go deeper and want better quality underwater, there is a dive case that you can pick up. The thing that I don't like is whenever you use it near the surface, whenever you have one lens down towards the water and the other one up, it's really hard to get a view that splits both the lenses that doesn't look weird because one will be darker, one will be lighter, they'll have different shades, and it just kind of obscures from that magicalness that you get out of this Insta360 One X. What you can do is try to be smart about it and try to face either the front or back of it towards wherever you want to look, so it's going to split that just one view here. If you really want a really perfect surface, you need almost a full bubble, but that's gonna make this thing way too bulky. And last, point number 5 is the level of fog that I've seen, which is pretty much 0, so I don't have a big dislike on this. It does come with these anti-fog strips that you can put in there right at the top. I haven't even had to use these. I've been using it in pretty hot weather, and it's been just fine, and I haven't had any sort of fog buildup. I hope it stays that way. Hopefully that seal helps. But I do have these in my bag just in case I need it. Overall, with these 5 points, I'm pretty happy with the venture case, with the one exception of that GoPro mount, which I think I might be able to come up with a solution around to keep it from bending, because that is a bit annoying whenever you're trying to do some filming. We've been using this in the pond, in the pool, as well as in a race, and it's held up just fine. Still looks just like we got it. and I haven't had really any issues. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this case. This has been Paul with the Insta360 One X Venture Case. Thank you for watching.